would you describe yourself in a couple of lines?
I am a very kind person, very kind, empathetic. I'm very emotional and I'm grounded. And when it comes to my profession, I think I'm very passionate about what I do. I am dedicated and hardworking, and sometimes I get really creative. And first thing would be trying to balance work and life. I think as an entrepreneur, that's really difficult. Yeah, being an entrepreneur and a very dedicated family person, I'm really striving to get that balance between the professional commitments and personal time. I'm working towards that.
Wonderful.
Simplicity is complexity. One big lesson I have learned in the last 2 years since my journey started as a woman entrepreneur is progress over perfection. Start early in terms of your child's education, and when it comes to being a parent at home, I think you just let your child live, let them explore around, do not stop them from what they want to do. That is for parents. I would like to say to teachers and to women entrepreneurs, I think we are all very strong, right? We keep growing. All the best to everyone. It's great to see women in the forefront these days. So all the best to everyone.
Welcome to today's episode of Learning Lounge, where leaders share. I'm thrilled to be joined by a fellow author from an inspiring book we wrote together, Women Mavericks. While we both shared the space in the pages of the book, today's conversation gives us a beautiful chance to dive deeper into the heart, hustle, and the human behind the title. Please meet Nethra, Edupreneur, parenting coach, and author, who's redefining early childhood education with her award-winning Prachitee Experiential School in Bangalore. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Nethra. From coding as an IT professional to connecting with young minds as a passionate educator, Nethra's story is one of courage, clarity, and community. That's what I gathered from the story when I read hers. This episode is an invitation into her world where learning never stops and proposes to lead us in various dimensions. So a very warm welcome, Nethra. How are you today?
Thank you, Shanti, for that wonderful introduction. I'm doing very well today. Hope you're doing good too.
Absolutely fine. I so look forward to our conversation, and I'm sure people who are hearing this will find it very intriguing. So let's start with you, Nethra. How would you describe yourself in a couple of lines?
I am a very kind person, very kind, empathetic. I'm humble. I'm very emotional, and I'm grounded. And when it comes to my profession, I think I'm very passionate about what I do. I am dedicated and hardworking. And sometimes I bring out that creative self too. Yeah, sometimes I get really creative and things just pop out of nowhere. So I'm creative too.
Wonderful. Looking forward to hearing more on the creative side, what you do on the creative side. But for now, Netra, before we dive into some deep and more serious stuff, let's warm up with a quick round that I call this or that. Yeah. So I'll say two things and you, without thinking, just go with your gut. Yeah. Just your instinct, whichever sounds right to you in that moment. Yeah. Montessori or play-based learning?
Play-based learning.
Messy play or story time?
Messy play.
Oh, wow. Teaching 5-year-olds or talking to parents?
Teaching 5-year-olds anytime.
Anytime. Okay. Planned schedule or go with the flow?
Planned schedule.
Okay. Dance like no one's watching or sing at the top of your voice?
Both actually, but I would go with dance like no one's watching.
Dance like no one's watching. Wonderful. Vacation in the hills or beachside retreat?
Beachside retreat.
One last. Journaling or doodling?
Journaling.
And why so?
Journaling, because I think, it processes your emotions a lot when you journal, when you write what you're feeling. I think that makes me feel really good. So journaling.
All right. So with that, let's get into knowing you a little bit more better. So what would you say are your top three strengths, and how have they shaped your journey so far?
Top three strengths, I would say my passion and dedication. So whatever I'm doing, I'm really passionate about it and I fully commit myself to it. So first strength would be that. Second would be resilience, because challenges come our way. I have faced a lot of challenges and I've dived deep down, but every setback has been a lesson and it has been pushing me to learn and to grow as well. And I think I have the ability to bounce back from that. So resilience is one of my strengths. And the third one, I would like to say the fact that I'm humble. I think my down to earth nature, it has helped me to build a lot of meaningful connections, not only in the professional front, but also in the personal front. So I
Wonderful.
think these three strengths.
Passion, resilience, and humility. Wonderful. Good to know a passionate, resilient, and humble person, Netra. What are the top three areas of development that you are working on currently?
First thing would be trying to balance work and life. I think as an entrepreneur, that's really difficult.
I hear
So
you.
yeah, as so being an entrepreneur and a very dedicated family person, I'm really striving to, get that balance between the professional commitments and personal time. I'm working towards that. The second thing I would state, delegating tasks, which I'm really trying to do as much as I can at the moment. Trying to empower my team now by giving them more responsibilities. So I think delegation is very important, and I'm working on that as well. Third, I would like to say emotional well-being. So I'm learning to manage my feelings better because sometimes it can hit the peak. So I'm just trying to manage my feelings better, working on
Wonderful,
that.
wonderful. And this is Stress Awareness Month when we are recording this video, Netra.
Mhm.
And I've been reading up so much about wellness and what can be done about wellness. So glad that you're already working on it, and hope to see some nuggets through our session today. So, Netra, for now, take us back to your childhood and tell us what was little Netra like.
Little Netra was full of life. So full of life. I had a great childhood. So I was very bubbly, very active, very sportive as well. I used, except the basketball team, I think I was on the throwball team, cricket, baseball. So I was a very sportive
Wow.
person, sportive child. I was very playful as well and so full of life. At the same time, I was very sensitive and emotional also. I still am. And I was also very independent, bold, and very straightforward. So, which would not go really well with many people, but I used to be very bold and very straightforward and a very simple child, and I used to find happiness in small, small things. I think all of this that I stated now, what I was as a child, I think almost all of it I am still now.
Carries forward till date.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Nithya, are you able to recount a childhood incident that has shaped you who you are today?
Yes, I would say, see, I had members in the family who used to be very kind to others. So witnessing those acts of kindness from my family members, that has instilled that sense of empathy in me and a lifelong commitment to serving others as well. So the people whom I saw performing these acts, my family members, they did not have much to give. They had very little, but still I saw them give to others. And I think that has made me very empathetic and kind today. I think that is what shaped me into that empathetic person that I am today.
Wonderful, so beautiful, Nithya. Nithya, let's move to a little older Nithya. So could you tell us what sparked your career journey and how has it evolved over the years?
My career, my journey into education, I would say that it was not planned, although I said that I would like to plan things, but I think this was something that was never planned. I think it was a calling for me to be in the field of education. It was a calling because since I was a child, I always wanted to be an educator. And I think I had some amazing educators who shaped me into what I am today. So the credit would go to them. That spark was ignited back then, but life took a different turn and I kickstarted my career in IT. But, as they say, whatever is yours, it will definitely find you. So I circled back to what I always wanted to do, that is to be an educator. So from working as a lecturer, teaching engineering graduates to working as an educator in early childhood, I think my career journey, it has evolved over the years and it has been one of learning and growing as well. And I'd like to say that it is still evolving. And every challenge that comes, even today, I embrace it with that same passion which sparked it in the first place. So that is how my career journey has been.
So from a tech person to an educator, educating children, really young children, what has influenced these career choices?
Yeah. First of all, I think I would like to quote my role models here, talk about my role models, my teachers who inspired me to choose this path. I think watching them guide me and the patience that they had to shape me into who I am today, that made me think that I want to be that guiding light for others. So I think my mentors influenced me most. Secondly, I would say life experiences, because in my journey, I have seen children who faced a lot of challenges and they were looking for a nurturing space to grow. And this made me realize that education is about creating a nurturing space for young children to grow. So that was one of the factors. And the third one is I always believed in giving back to society. And education is one of the most powerful tools that we can use to bring about this change. And I think that will create a lasting change. And these things deeply resonated with
So
what I
with you, that last bit really touched a chord with me. I'm an educator too, just that my audience is very different. But so resonate with that, if you can change one life, that in turn will change multiple lives. Is such a rewarding thing to be doing. Wonderful. So next I'm going to jump into some non-serious questions, let me put it that way,
Okay.
where, it will be a little bit of fun, little bit of uncomfortable for you, but let's see how this, yeah.
Okay.
What's your go-to comfort food after a long day at your school?
Biryani.
Veg biryani, chicken biryani?
No,
Which
chicken biryani.
chicken biryani? Okay. If you could switch places with any storybook character for one day, who would it be and why?
Storybook character. I have not read storybooks in a long time. Now I really have to recollect
It could
what's the
be your
latest.
childhood Cinderellas also, it doesn't matter.
Then I definitely choose Cinderella.
Did I nudge that? Oh gosh. Why Cinderella?
Why Cinderella? Because after all the hardships she faced, I think she had a great, happy life later. So,
Yeah. I think the fairy tales always made us believe, right? In the end, it is
in
all
the end,
happy.
happy.
Yeah. So wonderful. What is one quirky ritual or habit that you perform at the start of your day?
Pray. I wouldn't say quirky, but yeah, it's a ritual. I think pray. That's the only ritual I try to follow. Pray.
Lovely. If your life was a book or a movie, what would it be called? I like how you're thinking.
Yes, I'm thinking. Simplicity is complexity.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. And what's that one song that immediately perks you up, lifts your mood?
Any kind of upbeat songs, like any latest Bollywood songs that kind of they have those beats that can really lift my mood.
Love,
Yes, they
love.
can set a tone for the day. So when I sit in my car and switch on the car and then the radio is on. So if there's a real good Bollywood song going, that sets the tone for my day.
Lovely. Do you sing along?
Yes, very much.
Is it possible for you to sing a couple of lines for us? Anything that suits you?
It's not it's not a trending song, but दिल है छोटा सा, छोटी सी आशा, मस्ती भरे मन के, भोली सी आशा, चांद तारों को छूने की आशा, आसमानों में उड़ने की आशा, दिल है छोटा सा, छोटी सी आशा.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've had so many people who said, oh no, Shanti, please remove that. Don't include my song. And I'm so happy you just sang it for us. While we were talking in preparation for this podcast, Nethra, you told us you are deeply involved and very passionate about several social causes. What are these causes and what drives your passion towards them?
Okay, so my passion for these social causes, it comes from the deep sense of empathy, responsibility, and also purpose. So when you're successful, I believe that success, it is meaningful only when you share it. And giving back, it's not just an act of kindness, but I feel it is a way of life. It's not just an act of kindness. So I feel that small efforts can make a big difference. You don't have to do something big, but you can start small, and those can definitely make a big difference. Personal experiences, as I mentioned below, what drives my passion for this is seeing my family members help people who are in need. I think that shaped my mindset to do this. And of course, the joy of giving, the joy of making the difference in someone's life. I think nothing can beat that at all.
Agree, yeah.
So this is what drives my passion. And I believe, I consistently allocate a portion of my earnings for social causes, because giving back is not something that I have been doing. I think that is who I am as a person. I think that is who Nethra is. I believe in that. And whether it is through my school Prachitee or whether it is through my personal efforts, but I make it a point that I share whatever I have with those who are in need. And at this point, I would also like to share, I feel really humbled to share that I was honored with the Women Achievers Award by a women group called the Maya Foundation for my contribution to society, for all the help that I did through the NGOs I worked for and for the social service that I did. I was awarded the Women Achievers Award in 2023.
Well deserved. Wonderful. And I truly believe, I think women have such a huge potential to uplift each other, and such women communities recognizing women, I think, could not have been better. Now that we're talking about being a woman, so Nethra, you're a mother and a teacher, and you have a young kid. How has that shaped your values and approach to life and bringing up your own children?
My daughter is actually a teen. She just turned 13. But yes, mother and teacher are two beautiful roles. When I started my career as a teacher, the fact that I was a mother, it really helped me understand. It helped me to understand children in my class to an extent, and it also helped me to deal with the challenges that I faced on a daily basis. And one thing that, as a mother, that I applied even in school was balancing discipline with love. That is something I believed even as a mother. You have to balance. There has to be some discipline, and of course, you have to be loving too. So that balance I brought about when I was a mother, and that helped me in the classroom as well. But I would like to say that becoming a teacher definitely made me a better parent, a better version of myself, and it helped me to become more patient and a more understanding mother. When I started my career as a teacher, my daughter was 5. She was not very old. She was quite young. But yeah, I wished she was much more younger. The age that I was actually dealing with in school, because I learned a lot at that time, and I wish that she was, younger, and I could do a lot more things with her that I actually started learning when I became an educator. So becoming a teacher shaped me a lot. Being with young children, it reminded me that children, they actually learn more from what you are doing than what you are saying. They may not actually hear what you are saying, but they're watching you all the time. And I strongly believe that they will learn more from what you are doing. So that actually, it made me very conscious when I was at home, that conscious of my actions, conscious of my words and my habits, because what I'm doing, I wanted my child to imbibe that. So that is a great lesson I learned when I became a teacher, to be a better mother. And also asking questions and exploring ideas. So as an educator, I encourage children to ask a lot of questions, to explore around. And the same philosophy I started applying at home, which I was actually not doing earlier. So I started prioritizing open conversations with my daughter, letting her to make more choices. And the fact that I mentioned messy play in one of the questions when you asked,
Yeah.
so I was totally against messy play. But there was one training that I attended when I was working as a teacher, where we did so much messy play, and I learned the importance of messy play, that after that training, I started, letting my child do more of messy play, involving herself more in messy play, right? So that was a big lesson. And children need to be, children, they want to feel heard, they want to be valued. So that is something I learned when I became a teacher. And I made it a priority to spend time with my daughter, to listen to her a lot rather than just say a lot of things to her, what to do, but to hear her perspective as well. And no matter how busy life gets, I make it a point to listen to her views as well. So I'd like to conclude by saying that, I being a teacher has definitely made me a much better, mother, a better parent. And my daughter agrees, with this too.
Wow.
She says that you have changed a lot. I really like the way you are after you became a teacher. So she agrees with me on that.
Compliment. What a compliment. That too coming from a teen, it's a big deal, huh? Wonderful. Uh, what does Prachiti mean?
Prachati means, it's a Sanskrit word. It means gaining knowledge through experience, by
Oh,
having an experience and gaining knowledge through that.
does Prachiti, the school, have a mascot?
Not yet.
If you were to create a mascot, what would it be and why?
It would be definitely, it would be a child. Yeah, it would be a child uh, with that aura around. I think it would be a child, definitely be a child.
Be a child?
Yes.
Sure. So Nethra, share a parenting fail that turned into a funny or a heartwarming moment, and that's a parenting lesson that you were left with.
Could you come again on that, Shanti?
Any parenting fail that left
Okay.
you with a heartwarming or funny lesson?
Parenting fail. Okay, so when I was a teacher, prior to starting Prachiti, when I was working as a teacher, I think the way I used to manage my emotions in classroom, children would go back home and imitate the same,
Wow.
right? So when parents came back during PTMs and told me that my child imitates the way you do in class, like sit down, stand up now, you have to walk in a line. And when parents used to tell me that, I think they used to take it in a very positive way, because it was not a complaint as
Yeah,
such.
it's a
But
cute
yeah,
enactment that
yes.
children
So I
do.
think I used to feel like, okay, children
Uh,
have been imitating what I'm doing in class. So that then I started thinking that I need to, start working on my emotions there in class.
you deal with such young children at school. I'm not sure how much they are able to share or verbalize what they are going through, but is there a story that you can share that a student has said or done something that's made you really laugh out loud or wonder, oh my God, this can also be a question?
One thing I can, one instance I can think of is, so I was asking my students to stand in a line. Yeah, and we were going out for outdoor play, and I was telling my class to make a line so that we could go for outdoor play. And children were very talkative. They were talking to their friends, and they were not forming that line. So I said, I'm Netra ma'am is very sad now because you're not making a line. So there was this one boy who stood in line, And then he said, ma'am, I'm standing in line. Can you smile now? Are you happy? So I think that has really stayed with me. I mean, children can really surprise you with these things. And another instance I would like to share. So there was this class which was going to graduate. They were going to graduate and go to another school. And I was just having a very casual talk with them. And I told them that now you will be going to a bigger school and then you will grow up. And then Netra ma'am is going to be very old. When I'm very old, and if you see me someday, what would you do or say to me? So there was this one child who said that I will fall at your feet and take your blessings. So this I heard from a 5-year-old. So that really touched me, and it really, amazes me how much children can, actually say that can touch your heart. So I think these two have.
No,
This
I think I'm on the wrong understanding that, kids that young are not able to share and express. That's so much of
no,
expression.
no, this is from 2019 before COVID. So yeah, that has been really wonderful.
How beautiful, how beautiful. So, Netra, your journey from a tech career to shaping young minds through experiential education is simply inspiring. Um, it, it, it amazes me. It's a testament to your courage, clarity, and purpose. Yeah, I spent some time today morning rereading your story of Women Maverick. It felt like a conversation with someone who dares to follow her dream, your inner calling, despite all odds. You just didn't pivot careers, you redefined what it should look like for you, what it means for you, by rooting whatever was in your vicinity, whatever you could grab. Yeah. And it has made way into the book, and I'm very, very happy to read it. I just, the first day I got hold of the book, I did read it. But I think I'm reading the stories all over again as I'm into the podcast with all of you. It's such a wonderful experience to reread. So before we uh, move beyond talking about the book, what inspired you to write this book?
So actually, when I was approached to co-author this book, Women Mavericks, I just could not decline it. Like you just mentioned now, it was an opportunity that came knocking and I just grabbed it. So I wanted to share my journey. Uh, Over the years, I have met so many women. Most of us, we have similar journeys, we have similar struggles, we have similar challenges as well. And I just wanted to, I thought it's time now that I document it and put it out there just to voice out what maybe many women are not able to actually, voice it out. And I thought through my story, maybe I can share the struggles, the challenges that women face. And because I believe that stories, they have the power to connect, to heal, and also they inspire.
Absolutely. We will leave the audience with a link to the book so that they can buy and read your story about the struggles and the challenges. But right now, I'd like to ask you, what was most rewarding about writing the book and what was most challenging about writing the book?
Most rewarding part was self-reflection. So when I was writing the story, it helped me to appreciate how far I have really come. Often we fail to appreciate ourselves, right? We hear from others, but it helped me appreciate how far I have come in this journey. And writing this book also helped me to heal. The challenging part was when I started penning down my thoughts. I was thinking, how open should I really be about my story? I had this question mark that how open should I be about the people that I'm going to mention in my story. So I was thinking that should I approach the people and take their consent and write the story, or should I really put out everything there or not? And then I said, no, this is my book. This is my story, my journey, and I'm going to just write it the way it is. So when I started, that was the biggest challenge. When I started writing, how open can I be about it? But once I just started writing, I thought that no, I'm going to put it all out there.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is your first book, right?
Yes.
Yeah. From your experience of writing your first book, what would you share as advice to aspiring authors who are starting on this journey of writing their first book?
Just be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be authentic. Just share the raw, unfiltered truth. I know that was challenging for me as well. But eventually I realized that that authenticity which I'm going to put out there, that would make my story more relatable and also real. So I'd say don't be scared to share your struggles, your emotions, the lessons that you learned along the way. Don't be scared to share all of that. Just stay true to your voice and be authentic. I think that will help the story to connect with the reader as well.
Yeah. I think, and that authenticity, I can vouch that in your story, the authenticity just surfaces as you read your story. So wonderful. You're walking the talk. So brilliant. Um, Netra, as a woman entrepreneur, what has been your biggest lessons that you've learned? Uh, yeah.
One big lesson I have learned in the last 2 years since my journey started as a woman entrepreneur is uh, progress over perfection. Yeah, so don't chase perfection. Just make sure the work is progressing, because I'm a perfectionist. I want things to be the way they have to be. But I think that puts a lot of stress on you. Sometimes it's okay not to chase that perfection, but to just see that things are moving forward. So yeah, progress over perfection.
Any challenge that you faced as a woman entrepreneur that you would want to call out, and how did you navigate the same?
Balancing work life with personal commitments, that is the biggest challenge that I have faced. There were moments there were moments when I was really exhausted and also very guilty about things, the way things were going. But what I started doing is I started focusing on setting priorities, and that really helped. So some days business would take the lead, and on others family came first. So you have to set your priorities. And I started, I learned to let go of the guilt and just think what matters most at this point of time. At this point of time, if family matters most, then yes, you need to give the time there. And at this point of time, if business matters most, then yes, you need to set aside the time for that. So balancing that.
So beautiful. And I so deeply connect with this, Netra. I run a workshop called as Work-Life Balance Myth Busting. And I say, work-life balance is something you can't achieve. It's the integration of work and life so seamlessly that you don't feel disconnected with any part of your life at any point in time. At the same time, knowing that it's like juggling, and at any point in time, you can't have more than two balls at hand. So if there is something close to you in your hand, there have to be some that are really high up that you're pushing away so that, please come back after some time before I could pay attention to you. Has to happen. That's the only way to juggle. So totally relate to the fact that we have to figure out every morning what is important to me today, and then deal with life on that day as it comes. Um, I'm assuming you've read all the stories in the book.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Which one is closest to your heart and why? Apart from yours, huh?
Okay. I think it's really difficult to pick one story among the 8 other stories that are in the book Women Maverick. It's really difficult because each story has its own significance. Each story carries its own message. Each story is so powerful and so inspiring in its own way. I just could not stop reading once I laid hands on the book. I could not stop reading. So each story is really wonderful there. The Women Mavericks, the book Women Mavericks, I think the whole book stands out. It's one thing there for me because it celebrates the strength of women. I would not like to pick any one story. I think the book
Wonderful.
is wonderful.
Yeah. So after writing the book, Netra, what has been your biggest takeaway or payoff?
Okay, I realized that when you start writing, it will help you to process your emotions. So I've heard, when I started my journey as women entrepreneur, I heard many people say that journaling helps. You need to journal a lot, pen your thoughts, write what you feel. That really makes you feel good. It could be like at the end of the day, or you start your day by journaling. But I never, did that, as a person. But after I wrote this book, I think writing really helps to process your emotions. A lot of past experiences that were really weighing me down, I think I started feeling more lighter when those were expressed on paper, right? And through the words that I penned in my book, I think I found more peace. So that is the biggest lesson I've learned after writing the book.
How beautiful. How beautiful. So your journey has writing, has parenting, has teaching, and building your own business, running your school. What has all of this taught you about yourself?
What it has taught me about myself is that I think I need to take the opportunities that come my way. That is what it has taught me, that no matter what comes your way, like Women Mavericks, when it came, I just openly grabbed it. Yeah. So I think when opportunities knock on your door, open and grab them. I think that.
Lovely. What's that one mantra or quote that you live by every single day today?
One
Heard
quote.
one already, progress over perfection. So I'm looking forward to a different one now.
No one has ever become poor by giving, by Anne Frank. I strongly believe in that. Yeah. Even if it is a grain, whether you're giving a grain or a bag, nobody has ever become poor by giving. I strongly believe that.
Wonderful. And that shows in your story, in your journey. What does success look like for you today, both professionally and personally?
I think being humble, staying grounded, not getting success, over your head. I think that is very important.
What's next for Nethra? Where do you see Nethra in 5 years from now?
5 years from now, you would see me, working with more branches and franchisees of Prachitee, expanding Prachitee across. That is where you will see me. Yeah, growing Prachitee multifold. That is where you will
More
see.
power to you. More power to you. If there was one message that you would like to leave our audience with, one message for parents, one message for teachers, and one message for women entrepreneurs, what would they be?
For parents, I would like to say, let your child be. Let them live their childhood. Do not try to enforce a lot of things. I know it's a competitive world out there, but the early childhood is very important. So start early. Start early in terms of your child's education. And when it comes to being a parent at home, I think you just let your child live. Let them explore around. Do not stop them from what they want to do. That is for parents. For teachers, I would say there is no shortcut to success. There, you have to work hard and be passionate about what you do. Be empathetic, be kind. That is very important in a teacher. I think that is what I would like to say to teachers. And to women entrepreneurs, I think uh, we are all very strong, right? We, keep growing. All the best to everyone. It's great to see women in the forefront these days. So all the best to everyone.
Awesome. Such lovely words of wisdom, Netra. Appreciate you sharing, spending time with us today. I thoroughly enjoyed the podcast, having this conversation and getting to know you more. I'm hoping through this book, our people are also going to know us a bit more. Would you be okay picking the book up and showing it to people so that they see who we are and what we wrote?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, thank you, people. Please do read this book. Whether you are a woman and an entrepreneur, or you are encouraging other women to be entrepreneurs, I think this book has the potential to nudge you out of your fears, out of your challenges. It gives you lots of ideas. I have grabbed so many ideas. Oh my God, there's a different way of thinking and doing things too. So it has benefited me despite being on this journey for a while now. Simply amazing. So thank you, Netra. I look forward to connecting with you sometime soon. Take care.
Thank you so much, Shanti, for this opportunity. It was really wonderful having this discussion with you. Thank you once again.